Welcome everybody to the Life of Jones for the Jones generation, where we explore our uncertainties and we embrace curiosity in the second act of life. Because that's where the Jones generation is in the second act of life. Now we're here at my brother-in-law and sister's house in Columbus, Ohio, and as you can see, it's a lived-in house. They have a swimming pool, very sweet, especially. It's really sticky and hot out here, really sticky and hot. And I'm here in Ohio to celebrate my mom's turning 99 years old. She turned 99 this week, and that's significant to me. And I wanted to share that because I haven't always felt this way about my mom. I spent a lot of years angry at her and blaming her for everything that was wrong with me. I just blamed her for everything that was wrong. And I pulled my head out of my ass. And I'm glad I did. Because it's afforded me a different perspective. Now, there's one story that the only story that I can remember, well, I don't even remember the story. It was told to me by my mom, and I think it's one of the cutest stories that I know about me. And that is that when I was 5 or 6 or 4 or something, I don't know, I was a little kid. We lived in Seattle. And I had my little kid blue jeans on, rolled up at the cuff, and the tennis shoes on, probably tennis shoes. And I came into the house one day, and I pulled out a fuzzy caterpillar from my jeans pocket and showed my mom. And she laughed and she laughed and she laughed. And I said to her that I knew that would make you funny. And I wanted to share it with her. I wanted to share my enthusiasm with her. So it starts a very long time ago. This desire to share my enthusiasm with people started a long, long time ago. And it was in jeopardy in a lot of ways because I was an angry boy. As excitable as I was, I was angry, and I didn't do very well with that. It got me into a lot of trouble, and because Mom has lived this long life, I've had the opportunity to see myself grow out of that bitterness and that anger. And I think that's significant. And it's really the story here is that I've been able to change. I believe that I'm not a very good Christian. In fact, I'm not even a Christian at all, really, except that maybe, maybe at the last minute I'll change. But I think we live lifetimes over and over again. And I think that we choose people in our current lives to help us learn something. And I think that that's why I chose this time around with my mom and my dad and my sisters, is that I had something to learn. And what I had to learn was that I could grow and change, because I didn't think I could. I was I was a resentful little shit is what I was. And I believed that I was right. And that's kind of the issue, is that I believed that I was right, and I wasn't. And so Mom lived 99, she lived on and on and on. She's 99 in 2 days today. And what I got to do was I got to realize that I didn't want to be bitter. I didn't want to be resentful at all. And I got to practice that with my mom because of the trigger aspect of mother-son relationships. That I got to practice and learn how not to be resentful. I got to learn how not to be bitter, even though it triggered me, even though she would say stuff or do stuff. And I would, I'd be like, oh my God, I could feel it. I could feel it coming up in me, and I didn't like that. So what I I'm not sure exactly. The only thing I know for sure is that I didn't want to be that way, and so I practiced mindfulness. I practiced awareness, and I was aware of when that trigger happened, or I was aware when those thoughts started coming into my mind, and and I knew I didn't want to blame her anymore. I mean, she had her own stuff, right? Everybody has their own stuff, and she had hers, and I didn't want to contribute anymore to that, and so I had to work on myself. I didn't want to make her remaining life any more difficult than it is. And I'll tell you, it's at 99, it's difficult for her. I think it would be difficult for anybody at 99. I don't think I want to make it to 99. Anyway, yeah, and and I'm glad, I guess, that I got to watch this happen. I kind of feel like that this journey that we were on together, I got to participate in, and I got to learn. I got to grow, and I'm still growing. And that's really what I've learned, is that I'm not done growing, and I'm still capable of change. Even as I approach 70 years old, I'm capable of change. And to me, that's really valuable. I don't want to be a bitter old cuss, and knowing that I can outgrow that bitterness is very, very valuable. And I appreciate it, and I wanted to share that. I think that it's really exciting. I think that everybody can do it. I don't think everybody will do it. I didn't think I was going to do it. So that's kind of where that is. And I'm happy for her, and I wished her happy birthday, and I got to tell her, all that stuff, and we got to talk about it, and I'm at peace, and she's at peace, and that does me really good. That I feel good about being at peace. I feel like that's an achievement. For me, for sure, it's an achievement, because, like I said, I didn't think I was ever going to get there. So it's good. It's really good. And for next week, I can't wait to tell you about the dogs. We're going to talk about dogs next Friday. There's a couple of dogs in my life, and one of them's name is Romeo, and he's the one that that dominates my life. So we're going to talk about dogs next week. I'll see you then.